I will be going more in depth on concussions. We've all fallen asleep in class at least once in our life. Now imagine waking up in class and not knowing where you are or how you got there. This is the onset of a concussion. Of course, this may be a severe concussion, but it happens probably to some of your classmates every once in a while. I will be talking about where and when concussions can happen, how to prevent them and avoid them, and presumably how to treat them, and then also how they are related to sports. So to start off with, I need to explain what concussions are. Concussions happen when you get into some sort of accident or contact with something else and your head jerks and your brain hits the side of your skull. It essentially is a bruise on your brain and can cause bleeding inside of your brain. This doesn't sound pleasing at all, and it takes a long time to get over. When you get a concussion, you should go to your doctor and listen to what they suggest. I know a lot of people who go to doctors, get concussions, and they don't listen to what the doctors say. According to the Journal of Athletic Training, in 2013, the International Consensus Conference on Concussion in Sports states that a sensible approach involves gradual return to school and social activities in a manner that does not result in a significant exacerbation of symptoms. So this means that not only should you take like half days for school, you also shouldn't interact with your friends as much as you usually do, because this can cause more harm than what it's worth. Next, we go on to talk about prevention. Prevention can be fairly simple. To start off with, you should be aware of your surroundings. We live in North Dakota, so it does snow quite a bit, and there's ice all over the sidewalks through the winter. You should be careful of ice because you can slip and fall, hit your head, and get a concussion. Prevention is important because according to the Centers for Disease Control, unintentional injury can negatively impact anyone regardless of age, race, or economic status. More Americans die from unintentional injuries and violence in the first 3 decades of life than any other cause. This just goes to prove that concussions are very prevalent in our lives. Also, you should wear safety equipment. I might not do it, but I don't suggest that. You should wear helmets while riding bike, skating, wear seatbelts when you're driving. It's important. Next, I'll talk about football and concussions. Concussions happen in football quite often because tackling isn't always a player's first priority. A lot of times, football players will drop their head and hit head-to-head contact with other players. There's also a tactic that some players use called sparring, where they purposely drop their head and just ram their head into the other player. This is where concussions come from. Drills during practice are a number one way to avoid these injuries, but they often don't come out during actual game time. So we talked about where concussions happen, how to prevent them, how to treat them, and how they are related to sports. So I just want you guys to be aware and proactive of your surroundings and everything that's going on around you. You don't want to wake up in the middle of class not knowing where you are or how you got there, and then later find out that your brain has been bleeding the entire time.